Keep it going for Sassy. Isn't she lovely? You need to calm down a little bit, though, Sassy. You look like you could use a good hoofing. Because you know what they always say, if you like it in the rear, go Reindeer. Isn't that right, Mrs. Claus? You do enjoy my red light district. Let's see, who else we got here on the dais? Fred Claus is here. Fred, you're like the fat kid that used to hang out and try and be with the cool kids, and the only way you could do it is because you would eat anything for $1. You're your typical dirtbag, just living behind your more famous sibling, like Billy Carter, Mary-Kate Olsen, any of the Baldwins besides Alec. Okay, both Gyllenhaals are terrible people. Donnie Wahlberg, Donny Osmond. I can keep going with this. Eric Roberts, Tito Jackson, Rob Kardashian, and then a personal connection of mine to Paula Hitler. We've also got Jack Frost here. Good to see you. Looks like a tooth fairy came all over your face. You're supposed to be a variant of Old Man Winter. How do you enjoy having global warming, sexy bikini wearing young girl in a bikini summer kicking your ass? Though I am sure that that icicle of a dick that you have is really enjoying it. You're supposed to be depicted as a sprite-like creature. I really don't know what happened at all with that. Looks like the only Sprite you've been around is the drinks at the end of the buffet table. Nice frosted tips, I gotta say that. 2004 douchebags called. They want their look back. Let's see. We've got the little drummer boy here. How many fingers am I holding up? Okay. I will say, sorry, I know you've been going on some hard times and you gave it your best shot, but still, nobody's a better drummer than Neil Peart from Rush. I know you did a private concert for Jesus, but only Peart can master YYZ. Better luck next time. Let's see. Jesus, it's good to have you here. However, I will say that at least my song can still be played in public places without anybody getting offended. All those great songs about you just must piss people off while they're shopping all day. Instead, they'd rather listen to the 5 different versions of my song, sung by the likes of Gene Autry, Alvin and the Chipmunks, the Jackson 5, Dolly Parton, DMX. Google that shit. DMX did a version of my song. Don't worry too much about it though, Jesus, because Santa at least has to sneak into this country at night. You've been a citizen ever since you were born here. Or at least that's what Mitt Romney and the Republican Party kept telling me. Looks like to make you feel better though, your dad finally had to make a deal with the Mayans so your 2012 birthday won't be ruined by this fat guy anymore. Buddy the Elf is here. Good to have you here. Calm the fuck down just a little bit, would you? No one gave a shit about you in that movie. It's all about Zooey Deschanel. Or at least it was for me. And besides, being an elf working for this man is not that great. Remember Hermie, who wanted to be a dentist for my movie? He cut off the tuition and never let him finish dental school. He ended up having to work for the Tooth Fairy in her drug racket of using all that calcium to make a stronger dose of Oxycontin. And of course, he took too much. He ended up skimming off the top, trying to make it out on his own. They found his body 2 days later, stuffed with 2 gallons of pixie dust down his gullet. Very sad. And now, of course, to the man of the night, Mr. Kris Kringle, Santa Claus. I just want you to know first, that's not a bowl full of jelly. That's diabetes. I know many of you out there were expecting a happy-go-lucky reindeer just living it up because of that great movie and the great song that came there. But that's not the case because of this fat fucker right here. Also including child labor laws, and the people who seem to make the most during the Hollywood time, or, damn it, trying to make the most during the Christmas season. That's Hollywood producers, who ironically all happen to be Jewish. I don't know what's going on with that. But when my story was being made popular by that song and by that movie, I knew I was going to have a whole lot of money, and I was looking for someone to be responsible enough to take charge of all that. And I thought, who better than a man who has to budget everything for all the good Christian girls and boys around the world? I guess I didn't read that contract well enough, because this fucker took every royalty and every cent, and I ended up like Danny Bonaducci, Gary Coleman, and every other failed child star who got fucked over by the people who I thought loved me. I ended up having to make a living going to trade shows, signing autographs, and posing for pictures. They're the ones that take a picture with a reindeer who had to sell his horns on eBay. Last I heard, the winning bidder was Ted Nugent. I heard he made him into some wooden dildos, you fat fucker. But really, this man really isn't all that bad. He is one of the most progressive employers. He actually allowed the first group of gays to work for him. Just look at Dancer and Prancer. I never wanted to play in any of their reindeer games. But they did let us wear some of those jingle bells. I did kind of enjoy that. I liked that a little bit. And now, of course, Santa, you have become so fat that it actually takes more than 8 reindeer to pull you. And none of them have any cute names like we used to have. Their names are Mike and Colin, Jay, Gail, Jeff. Keep going on and on with that. I was actually only used about 3 more times leading the way after that first famous trip. Of course, the rest of them were just to light the way to the Krispy Kreme donut factory. On the 3rd one, a guard ended up shooting me and I could never fly again. But hey, I do have to give it to this man. He did make me famous. And if I could do it all over again, I would. Because I got to fuck Vixen. Back before everybody else at the poll got to. Thank you guys very much. Enjoy the rest of your night.